7. Big for 7th grade. Monday, January 7th, 1935. Now I get to walk into a school where I don't know anyone. Correction. I don't know anyone except a piece of work named Piper. One enemy, the rest strangers. This is not good, for cripe's sake. Plus, it's mid-year, so everybody has made all the friends they want already. No one will need a friend except me. Was this how Natalie felt on the way to the Esther P. Marinoff school? Maybe some big ladies will come along and drag me inside kicking and screaming too. Sometimes it seems easier to be Natalie. People force her to do stuff. I have to force myself. I try to remember how I would have walked into a new class at home. I guess that's the problem right there. At home, I never would have thought about how to walk into a stupid room. I would have just done it. I take a deep breath and shove open the door. Everyone is looking up at the teacher, including Piper. 3rd row, 2nd seat. The teacher is writing on the chalkboard in perfect Palmer method handwriting. I spot an empty seat, and I wonder if I can get away with just sitting down like I've been here all year. The teacher turns around. She's got black hair and a tight white little face, as if her skin's a size too small. And you are? She asks. Matthew Flanagan, but everybody calls me Moose. I'm Miss Bimp, she says, looking at her roll sheet. Her pencil moves down the list. Excuse me, Mr. Flanagan, but I don't see your name here. Are you certain you have the right class? 7th grade advanced English? Yes, ma'am, I say. She squints at me. Big for 7th grade, aren't you, Mr. Flanagan? Yes, ma'am. Miss Bimp clears her throat. She puts her hand to her mouth and speaks behind it. This wouldn't be your second time around in 7th grade, would it? Piper laughs first, and the whole class busts up. My face burns. My ears are like 2 heaters attached to my head. No, ma'am, I say. That's enough, class. All right, fine, Mr. Flanagan. Take a seat there in the back so you don't block anyone's view of the board. This week, we're continuing our unit on oral reports. I'd like you each to write an outline for a 2-minute speech. Remember, beginning, middle, end. Keep it short. Moose, have you written outlines before? Yes, ma'am, I say. Excellent. Her stiff mouth flips up. This is supposed to be a smile. It looks like it hurts. The topic for today's speech is, she writes on the board, what I did over Christmas vacation. I'll give you 15 minutes. Then we'll start right here. She wraps her knuckles on my row. That just figures, doesn't it? I take out my notebook. It seems like I've hardly started scribbling ideas when Miss Bimp booms, pens down, listen up. Scout McKelvey, you're first. Scout has the kind of hair that grows up instead of down. He has a friendly smile, and everything he does quickly. I don't pay much attention to what he says, but when he walks back to his seat, I see he's got a baseball glove under his desk. Within seconds, I've dipped my pen into my inkwell. Do you play ball? I write. The note travels up the row to Scout. Even Piper passes it up with no comment. After Scout reads it, he turns around and smiles at me. Then his head ducks down to write his response. South Field, it says when it comes back, after school today. We need players. Scout. His handwriting is big and wild. It takes up the whole backside. I can't believe my luck. I'm about to write, what position do you play, when I see Piper walk up the aisle. She waits while Scout moves his books out of her way. Even after Scout's done moving them, she still waits like he hasn't moved them far enough, although clearly he has. Scout pushes the last little corner in, and she sails past. In front of the room, Piper still waits like she's not going to open her mouth.